This is He Knows His Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. Errol the True Spence is back, man. Like I told you guys, big fish take little fish. Big fish ready to eat all the damn little guppies, man. This man don't want no tune-up fight. He want Danny Garcia, you know what I'm saying, off rip. Manny Pacquiao off rip. Terrence Bud Crawford off rip. Because Errol the True Spence is the best welterweight in the damn division. If he wasn't, he wouldn't have the haterisms and the trollisms associated with him. He wouldn't have the classic dodisms and the troglodytisms that's following him left and right. Let me tell you guys something, man. I don't know, what's that idiot's name? Brian Kelly? Somebody need to go and deal with this cat. And let me explain why. See, this is the stuff that's the issue with these reporters, man. They don't know how to ask questions. If you don't know or you don't have anything good that's coming out of your mouth, higgity hush, dog. Let me say it again. If you ain't got nothing good that's coming out of your mouth, higgity hush. You don't ask a man stupid questions about your DUI. That basically tells me you ain't got nothing to talk about. Or to talk about the case when he already told everybody that he can't really talk about the case. You do realize that, right? He's subpoenaed to not talk about the freaking case. The case has to be confidential. So why bring that up? Does that have anything to do with pugilism? Does that have anything to do with the sport? What he should have done is he should have asked questions along the lines of, how are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Where's your spirits at right now? You know what I'm saying? How are you feeling as this, you know what I'm saying, from this accident, you going into boxing? If he would have asked those questions, they would have made a whole lot more sense. Now it would have showed you journalistic value. It would have showed you journalistic pedigree, and it would have showed you journalistic integrity. But he didn't do that. So the truth of the fact of the matter is, what he did is he acted like a freaking idiot. This is the stuff that I'm talking about. Now, if there's one critique that I have with PBC is they need to do better with their commentators, man. They need to do better with their announcers, and they need to do better overall with just people that's interviewing. Because it seems like these people are just stiff. They're flat, and they don't know how to ask these fighters questions, man. How are you going to ask a guy that just went through a traumatic experience, a PTSD experience, a stupid series of questions like that? I mean, where do they do that at, dog? Like TK Kirkland said, who raised you, dog? Let me say it again. Who raised you? I mean, come on. This is the stuff that I keep telling everybody. Everybody said, why you keep using these incendiary words like Rudy Poo and Plum Plum Brains? How can you be a dodo head, a brain full of mush, and a brainwashed follower? I mean, come on. Now we got journalisms doing this. Now we got journalists doing this shit. We have announcers doing this shit. Commentators doing this stuff. I mean, this is ridiculous on so many levels and so many variations. And it needs to be called out. He Knows the Sport will call somebody out and put them on the red carpet when they need to be called out and they need to be put on the red carpet. I didn't like what I saw there. That was ridiculously horrendous and horrible on so many fronts and on so many facets. This has nothing to do with Errol the True Spence being my fighter. This has everything to do with integrity, man. It has everything to do with morals and ethics. If you are a commentator or an announcer, learn how to do your job. Everyone has a job. You know, my thing with people is when people don't put maximum proficiency at the job that they're supposed to do. If you work at a grocery store, that's the job that you have. So put maximum proficiency. If you're a probation officer, if that's the job that you have, put maximum proficiency. If you are a person that is a garbage, you know what I'm saying, a garbage truck worker, right? You're picking up trash. Do the job at maximum proficiency. If your job is announcing, if your job is commentating, especially if you're someone of his stature, right? And you expect this person went to some level of journalism school, right? Then act the freaking part, man. Don't be asking these stupid questions because you're starstruck. That's what happened, man. Errol the True Spence is on rock star status. I get it. It could probably be startling for you, and it could probably be, you know what I'm saying, a bit taking your breath back type of moment, and it could be a bit of, you know, I'm having nervous jitters and I don't know what to talk about. or I'm just talking for the sake of talking because really I don't have anything to talk about. But if you don't say nothing. Don't interview the guy. Just say, you know what, let's just do the interview another time. But if you're going to interview the guy, and especially if you're going to be one of the first people to interview him, make sure your interview is impeccable. Make sure it's on point. I mean, come on, this is ridiculous. This is what, like I keep telling everybody, we've gotten down to. People looking for this ooh and this ah moment. This was clearly beta boy behavior, beta boy tendency right there. Because instead of him acting like a true alpha, acting like a man with confidence, purpose, and an abundance mindset, and asking the right questions, he turns around and asks dodo head questions. I expect this from beta boys. I expect this beta boy tendency. But come on, how can Errol the True Spence explain God's work? Let me say it again. How can Errol the True Spence explain God's work? Because when God does something, it's inexplainable. Let me say that again. It's inexplainable. So you can't explain something that can't be explained. It's really that simple. So again, the moral of the story is this. If you ain't got nothing good to say, higgity freaking hush. This is He Knows the Sport. Checking out.